Alright, sorry, interruption. Getting back to it. So look, it's about control over the surplus, okay? The surplus is extracted from the workers, basically. That's the bottom line. And it ends up consolidating because we buy into this idea that of inheritance, of legacy, of birthright. There's nothing Adam Smith in any of that. There's no economic theory that could be contrived where that makes any sense. It certainly makes sense, like I said, it makes sense for you to be a selfish prick. It makes sense for you to love your children more than you love somebody else's children, emotionally. It doesn't make any sense for a society to encourage that or to invest in that. Societies are supposed to be a little more responsible. That they're supposed to build mechanisms that protect the society, the civilization, from the destructive effects of that. And we're not doing that. We're not taking responsibility for what our society needs. So anyway, the rich have this legacy, and then the idea also became is that the idea that this surplus should make money. And I made the point that you don't expect a silo of wheat to reproduce. Okay, you don't expect that it makes itself more valuable by sitting there. And so people think by investing surplus it should do something for them. They should get something back. And not just something, they want a lot back. Okay, they want a lottery system. And it's very seductive. We see how people gamble. Gambling's very seductive because everybody thinks they have a little karma power. They have some kind of little power that's going to mean this is going to be my lucky day. I got the rabbit's foot, or I got some other bullshit, and I'm going to win, or I'm going to be able to manipulate the system, or I'm going to be able to control it, and I'm going to be able to take advantage of it. And that's all they're doing, though, is taking advantage of the people that lose. So if I invented a lottery that was basically, everybody puts $1 in, and then in 1 week we just dole out all the money back to ourselves, except we don't give it back to the dead. So whoever dies is out of luck. Okay, we all gain a profit. We all take our cut, but we took it out of something. Okay, and that's the game. And there's no other game in town. Once you have this expectation that surplus grows, that's the only way it can grow. It has to be extracted from somebody. It has to be taken from somewhere. It doesn't grow on a tree. Productivity does not grow on a tree. So we're not talking about something you pull out of space and put in your pocket. You have to pull it out of somebody else's pocket. That's the system. And this is completely, when we invented these, we allowed the invention of things like corporations, and it was just a way for the owners to escape accountability. Okay, so now they had a more free ride to play the lottery, because now they could take a minimum of the investment. They didn't have any liability, any debt burden. They just had the positive. They could earn the positive. The worst that could happen is they lose their dollar, but there was no consequence, no way to get to them any other way. So, your dog can attack somebody and you're responsible for the damage done by the dog. But a corporation can attack somebody, and all the people who finance the corporation, who are really the owners of the corporation, all get to escape any accountability. No one gets stuck holding the leash. And it's bullshit. And then we invented bankruptcy, which is just another escape. Another way of saying, yes, the legacy can be handed down. So all the positive earnings, all the gain from our gambling, that can be funneled into the future, but none of the debt is. The debt becomes everybody's burden right now in the present. Okay, all their money gets devalued by the debt. Okay, that isn't going to get paid. It has to be financed by the cost of doing business, by the cost of commerce. Now it just becomes a cost of present-day interactions, while any gains gleaned from those risks, that they can funnel into the future, into the birthright. So that's this system. This system is broken. Nick won't blame the right people, but it's these 5%ers who own this system, the capitalists who are controlling this system, who will ruin this system, because they're going to try to make their phony lottery money that they've now they created a lottery essentially where you don't even buy tickets. They've turned it into such a betting parlor, such a gambling organization, where they don't even put real money in the machines anymore, and they just expect the payout. So they put a bunch of debt in. They put future obligations. Here, you can have my great-great-grandkids' money. Okay, that's what I'm putting in the friggin' slot machine, and I expect my return. All right, that's what they're gambling with. All right, now they're going to expect that their profits gleaned from that money is theirs, and that they're going to retain the value of it, and they're going to attempt to do that top for 5%. They're going to try to make their phony, fake lottery money real money, and the only way they can do that is they have to destroy the value of your work. They have to extract more productivity from you. They have to make your money worth less, or they have to make your work worth less, and that's the only way it can happen. And that's what's going to destroy this economy. Is the only thing. This economy can keep functioning, keep rolling just exactly the way it is if we just cut that off, if we just cut that parasitic infection off. All right, it's been on the body of humanity since our beginnings, because unfortunately we had a system that allowed it to happen, because we weren't smart enough we weren't powerful enough to stop the consolidation of power. But we are now. We can create political systems that can stop that parasite from sucking our blood, and it's time to do that. Well, so anyway, the Z video, I intend to be this video, but done really well, and maybe flying graphics and, you know, images and all kinds of professional crap, and cut down to 5 minutes of a perfect explanation of why we're fucked, and that it's the rich man's fault, it's the consolidation of wealth's fault, it's the idea of making money doing no work, it's that idea's fault. And that's all we have to change to have a sustainable economic system, one that can endure forever and ever and ever, that doesn't sit there and borrow from a future, that doesn't play games with your money and the value of your work. So if you have some contribution to make, if you have some kind of possible argument, which I don't think you have, but if you have some argument to make, we'll post a video response.